Stacy with the Craft Room Diaries. Thanks for joining me today for this real quick tutorial on how I created this "Oh What a Lovely Day" card for use with Project Lifestyle scrapbooking. How I created this in Design Space, Cricut Design Space. Normally I would just go ahead and create the whole thing in Design Space, but today I was feeling a little bit lazy, so I went ahead and used Google instead. So I popped on over to Google and just searched "Oh What a Day," because that was actually my original thought, was to do "Oh What a Day." And then I chose images and just scrolled through all the different images, which they had a bunch of cute ones. And then I ended up finding the one that I ended up using, which said "Oh What a Lovely Day." And I thought it was perfect. It was just a simple black and white image that I knew I could easily adjust. And I opened it up in the side and just did save image as, and saved it to my desktop so that I could then just go right on over to Cricut Design Space. I chose upload and I uploaded the image. As you can see, just choose upload image. I went to browse, which gave me, and of course it was the last thing on my desktop that I had saved. I think I might have saved it as I did save it as a JPEG. And I chose complex just so that I would have a little more options to adjust it. Now, once you have that open in the upload department, if you go to advanced options, you could actually increase the color balance just to make it not as fuzzy. So I went on in, I increased it to 75 and then eliminated all the white space, made it a little bit larger so that I could see all the insides of the letters to eliminate it, because what I really wanted was to have a nice clean cut file. That way if I wanted to adjust the colors on it, I can do that as well. Okay, and sometimes the bigger you get it, the easier it is. But whenever you increase that color balance, it cleans it up a little more. You can even go higher than that if you need to, but this was a relatively clean, just black and white image that I was working with. So once I had everything done, I went to continue and I saved it as a cut image. And again, the reason I saved it as a cut image was if I had saved it as a print then cut, then I wouldn't have had the option to change the color of the wording. And I kind of felt like I was going to want it in red or possibly a dark green. So the next step is to create the size of my card. So I'm using a 3x4 card. If you're doing something that would, possibly be 4x6, you can do that as well. But use the unlock key and then just in the width and height, just change that to 3x4. I made the background white so that I can then overlay. And as you can see, it came up in the back, but just go to arrange and then move that to the front. Okay, so once I had that situated on my card, I unlocked it and kind of stretched it out a little bit that way I wanted it. And you can kind of play with this however you think you might want your card to be. So once I have that situated pretty much the way I wanted it, I actually changed my mind and decided that I wanted the words in red. So I went back and I unflattened, because I'd flattened it. I unflattened it and went ahead and selected the word part and changed that to red. Then I selected the whole box again and click flatten, okay, which makes it a print then cut image. And then I just sent that over to make it and print then cut. And just a couple of little tips with the print then cut. I usually like to use a photo paper. I tend to choose matte photo paper. I just like the way, I find it makes a really professional looking finished printed product. But when you send that over to the printer, you're just going to select under your whatever your printer function is. Simply select either the quality, the media, whatever it is that gives you the option. I use the system dialog box, and then it'll bring up the actual printer's setup. That way you can choose matte photo paper. And then from there, you're simply going to print then cut. It's going to cut your card out exactly 3x4, or again, if you're using a 4x6, or even if you want to use it, this one is in portrait mode. If you want to use it in landscape mode, whatever direction you want, and it's going to print and cut beautifully. I do cut it on the cardstock feature on the Cricut. So I hope this works out great for you, and I hope you learned something new today. Thanks for visiting the Craft Room Diaries. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and share it with a scrappy friend. And if you're a new visitor to my channel, please consider subscribing. I hope you visit the Craft Room Diaries again soon, and I hope you're having a happy scrappy day.